Millions around the world spend every day in darkness due to the currently untreatable blindness, which is caused by many conditions like the acquired retinal disease, glaucoma, and the atomic damage to the optic nerve and the eyes. Many of those conditions have the optic nerve destroyed, so the signals can't reach the brain. But there is a solution for this problem. The Gennaris Bionic Vision, the Gennaris Bionic Eye, could retain sight to 85% of those people. So today I'll be speaking about the Gennaris Bionic Eye, which is a new innovation of the Monash Vision Group, which combines the state of digital art and biomedical technology with a custom headgear design. Now, what does this bionic eye consist of? Well, it has a camera and it has a wireless transmitter, and it also has a vision processing unit and a software. Also, it has a series of 9x9mm tiles, ceramic tiles, which are implanted on the brain's visual cortex. Each of these tiles stimulate the primary visual cortex of the brain by an array of penetrating microelectrodes. Now, how does this bionic eye work? Well, as you can see that this Gennaris Bionic Eye is like normal glasses, which is extended to the back of the head. So there's a digital camera mounted on the glasses, which captures the image and then it sends it to the pocket processor. So it's small, it's in the size of a mobile phone, so it's very easy to hold with you in your pocket. It sends it to the antenna, which is at the back of your head. And from there it gets transmitted to your brain via wireless connection. So between the antenna and your brain there is a wireless connection. So in your brain you have these little ceramic tiles. So each of these tiles has 43 microelectrodes. And from there the patient can see the image, which is like a dotted form structure image. So you can see that it's not going to be as detailed as your normal eyes. So these tiles have like a pin cushion structure that are implanted on the brain's grey matter. Now, the more electrodes you have, the better vision you're going to get, the better detailed image you're going to get. But however, they found out that a maximum of 11 tiles only could be implanted in a human brain, which will give you a total of 473 microelectrodes. Where fully sighted people use over millions of electrodes for their vision. So you can tell from here that using a bionic eye isn't going to have a very good vision like your normal eyes. Now, what makes this the Gennaris Bionic Eye so competitive to other products which are on the market? Firstly, the Gennaris Bionic Eye does not require an intact optic nerve, which, for example, other technologies, they're limited. They require an intact optic nerve because sometimes they have implants on the retina. Secondly, the Gennaris Bionic Eye does not require eyeballs, so you can still see without having eyes at all, because it hits the brain's cortex from the back of the head. Thirdly, the Gennaris Bionic Eye, it's very convenient to use and it's suitable for everyday use. Because if you look at all those technologies, they require a full bookcase full of equipments and wires, and they have to be attached to you. Where this one is very small and it's easy to hold. Also, you shouldn't forget that the wires in olden technologies or like other technologies, they have to be fed through the skin, fed through your skin, where this one you can see that it could be freely attached from the back of your head to the pocket transmitter, pocket processor, which is in your pocket. And last but not least, it could be externally adjustable after implantation for optimal performance. So you might be thinking that this product is very good and everything in it is perfect, except that you might be worrying about how are these tiles going to be implanted in your brain. Well, it's very easy and simple using standard neurosurgical procedures. They will remove part of your skull temporarily, and they will implant those cerebral tiles using several biological procedures and on your primary visual cortex, and then they will replace the part of the skull that was removed, and eventually it will heal. Now finally, the human trials. Well, the human trials will take place by the end of this year, and it will be done on patients that have lost their sight. They will have those little ceramical tiles implanted in their brain in Alfred Hospital in Melbourne.